Hey there, I'm John. Welcome to another episode of Gear Up with Greggs. Oil well blowouts are one of the most tragic and expensive accidents that can happen in the petroleum industry. If a blowout occurs, it could ignite a deadly firestorm. This is why in modern drilling operations there are many safeguards in place to prevent such things from happening. This includes the Blowout Preventer system. In this episode of Gear Up with Greggs, we'll be diving deep into the world of oil drilling and the importance of blowout preventers. Gregg Distributors carries many of the hydraulic components that connect the Blowout Preventer, or B.O.P, to ensure it's operational. Before we get into the components that we carry, we need to have a basic understanding of drilling for oil and gas, along with what a blowout is and how a B.O.P works to prevent a blowout. Alberta is built on oil. In fact, there are pockets of oil and gas thousands of feet underneath where we walk every day. Once discovered, the process of drilling to extract it commences. We see many types of oil rigs every day here in Alberta, but I would be willing to bet that most of us don't even have a clue as to how the oil is extracted. Well, there are many different ways that oil can be extracted from the earth. One of the most common and straightforward methods is what we will highlight right now, to give you some basic understanding of the drilling process and the challenges that come along with it. The rig, as seen here, will start to drill into the earth. As the drill bit gets deeper and deeper into the earth, sections of steel pipe, also known as the casing, are placed into the hole. Cement is placed between the outside of the casing and the drilled hole in the ground to provide some stability to the hole. This is known as the well bore. As the drill bit gets deeper, the rock cuttings need to be removed and a constant pressure needs to be maintained inside the well bore. This is done by pumping drilling mud down the drill pipe until it exits at the drill bit. It then overflows and exits at the top of the hole, removing the rock cuttings with it. Drilling mud is usually a mixture of water, clay, and weighting materials, as well as some chemicals. During setup and operation, there are many problems that can arise, and one is the potential for a blowout. As you can imagine, the process of drilling and extracting oil from the earth is done under an extreme amount of pressure. The drilling process has counteracting measures such as the use of mud we mentioned before to keep the pressure balanced. A blowout happens when the pressure becomes unbalanced. Pressure can become unbalanced in a multitude of different situations. This causes the oil or gas being extracted to be released uncontrollably and accidentally from the wellbore. The oil can be so volatile that any open flame or even a single spark can cause a potentially catastrophic disaster. One of the first lines of defense when preventing such an accident is the Blowout Preventer system, or the B.O.P. B.O.Ps are used to cope with erratic pressures and uncontrolled flow. In a blowout preventer stack, as seen here, there are usually multiple types of B.O.Ps. It is not important to go into the specific operation of the B.O.Ps themselves, but the basic application of all of them is relatively the same. The B.O.Ps sit in a stack on the top of the wellbore and work in different ways to achieve the same goal, to seal off the well in case of an emergency. Most B.O.Ps are operated by hydraulics, and this is the area that Gregg Distributors gets most involved in, getting the hydraulic fluid from the reservoir and pumps to the B.O.Ps. This is done through specialized B.O.P hose and then connected to the B.O.Ps using specially rated fire fittings and couplers. Why are these components so special? Well, they're special due to the fact that they may have to operate under extreme heat or even fire. Because of these conditions, B.O.P hoses are designed far past any specification that you'll find on a standard hydraulic hose. On the B.O.P stack itself, these types of hoses are required to be installed closest to the well. So what makes the B.O.P hose so unique from other hydraulic hoses? Let's identify a couple of key factors. They are typically identified but not exclusively designed with a red or pink cover. They're usually stamped with the letters B.O.P. There is usually a red sleeve around the end of the hose for extra protection from heat and fire. They are built with an outside diameter that will measure larger than a typical hydraulic hose of the same size. B.O.P hoses are built to the Lloyd's B.O.P flame resistance specifications that exceed the ratings found on typical hydraulic hoses. Lloyd's Register is an organization that provides quality assurance and certification for many products in the energy sector. They inspect and approve important components and aim to enhance the safety of life and the environment. One way that Lloyd's provides quality assurance into the oil and gas industry is the Lloyd's Fire certification. Lloyd's Fire tests the hose to withstand a minimum of 5 minutes of 700 degrees Celsius flame temperature at maximum working pressure without failure. All these designs are there for a reason. Identification is one of them. But the key reason is extending the lifespan of the hose during a potential disaster. If the hose were to fail during a fire, the well would open up under the pressure and the result would be an intense explosion. The safeguards on the hoses do not make them fireproof, but instead allow the workers time to either get the fire under control or flee the area with their lives. To put it bluntly, the B.O.P system is a potential life-saving system. The hose and fitting sides of the B.O.P system is where we come in at Gregg Distributors. We offer 2 brands of B.O.P hose. First, we'll talk about the Continental Prospector hose. This hose is available in pressures up to 5,000 psi. It's constructed with a black nitrile tube, 2-wire braid steel reinforcement, and a pink neoprene wrapped finish on the cover. We offer this hose in inside diameter measurements of 3/8 all the way up to 1 inch. The fitting styles offered with this hose are rigid male pipe straight fittings, as well as JIC fittings in straight, 45, and 90-degree orientations. We also carry NRP Jones Fireflex B.O.P hose. We offer this line in both 3,000 and 5,000 psi options. In the 3,000 series, it is offered in 3/8 to 1 inch inside diameter, and on the 5,000, we offer it in 3/8 all the way up to 2 inch inside diameter. Like the Continental hose, the Fireflex has a black nitrile tube and wire steel reinforcement. The cover consists of a red fiberglass impregnated flame-resistant specialty compound. The fitting assortment consists of rigid straight male pipe ends as well as JIC in straight, 45, and 90 degree, as well as a long drop 90 degree orientation. Now, if a quick connecting coupler is right for your B.O.P application, we have you covered there too. At Gregg's, we carry the Eaton Hansen and Perfecting B.O.P couplers. The Hansen fire-rated Blowout Preventer couplers are a Series B style found in many hydraulic applications. The key difference being, B.O.P series have the Lloyd's certification for fire rating. This gives them a temperature rating of 700 degrees Celsius. They're also stamped with B.O.P and are colored red on both the coupler and the tip for identification. The couplers are available in 3,000 psi and 1/2 inch and 3/4 sizing. There is also a 1 inch option rated to 4,000 psi. These make it very easy to connect and disconnect without the risk of cross-threading and to connect to the other hoses of the B.O.P unit. The Perfecting series are a wing-style coupler rated to 5,000 psi, ranging in sizes from 3/4 all the way to 2 inch. Unlike the Hansen, they're a screw-together style coupler with a winged female half. But like the Hansen style, they are Lloyd's certified to 700 degrees Celsius. Wow, that was a ton of info. If you need to know more about B.O.P hose and fittings, blow past those other guys and come into any of our full-service hose shops. We'd be happy to help you out. Our hose shop is fully certified to make B.O.P hose assemblies and keep your job site safe. From all of us hosers, thank you for keeping it Canadian, and we'll see you on the next episode of Gear Up with Greggs.